Here we are! Hey, heyo, hey. It is Friday evening, so it's time to work on some comics, and also Elise is like, Mommy, please pay attention. So of course we're paying attention to her. Sweet girl. Yes. Okay, not too much attention though. Hi BP, how are you doing? So, today's work is to put color into this. It's gonna be fun, so fun. I had a hard time getting away from the iPad today. Which, gosh darn it, why? Wait, just making this. So we have the ink, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, and while I was playing the new Pokemon game, I just listened to an audio play and cried. That might have happened. Also, I don't know how loud the music is. Let me correct that language a bit. Let's err on the side of it's loud. I can barely wait for the Apple Pencil to arrive tomorrow, so I can actually get some drawing done. And I think the Defiant is ready to fly. Hello, sweet boy. There's a sweet boy. Yeah, the little Borg killing ship is ready. Although I did notice, and I'm not sure if that is an Apple thing or just the fact that I bought it second-hand. So, it has the cable for charging, but no charger. And I currently do not have anything to plug USB-C into for charging. Okay, so it might have just been that it is second-hand. So, hi Jen! So yeah, I just went ahead and bought a USB-C to USB-A adapter, and then I just use the outlets and plug-in and chargers that I have, and then everything's fine. Because I don't really have anything to convert from USB-C to USB-A at home. But I found like free, yeah, there were free USB-C to USB-A adapters for €5, and I was like, okay, let's take them. Because getting a proper Apple charger, oh boy, these are expensive. Would have been like another €20 or so, and I'm like, how about no? Like, I already spent money today to get, okay, I feel like the music is a bit loud on my end too. So, okay. This is like every week, and I will never learn. So, what's the matter, sweetie? What's the matter? By the way, I did add a treat command, as in, if you type an exclamation mark treat and have enough cat hair, you can sponsor some treats for the kitties. As in, I will get up and actually treat them to something. Okay. Oh, there it is. There. I do want to record Arno meowing at some point and just overlay that as a sound, and I don't know, maybe add a GIF or something. Or is it a GIF? You can argue about GIF or GIF while I'm getting the treats. Oh, I think somebody is very happy about treat time. Okay. Anybody else want some treats? Okay, see. Does Arno want some more? Okay, that one fell down again. That was not what I had in mind. Okay, I think the ottoman is a bit in the way. Look at this happy cat. So yeah, if you want to check... Oh. Okay, now it's... crisp again. So if you want to check how much cat hair you have, you can do exclamation mark cat hair or just hair, I'm not sure. It's been a while. I probably should have put a cooldown on this. Yeah, and it should theoretically use up 500 cat hair. If it works the way I want it to work. If not, I will have to look into another way to do this, and then that were the last traits for today. Lest you abuse it and give those kitties too many treats. Aw, Jen hasn't been here as much. I don't know. Arno, who now watches my streams on my iPad, just types in treat, 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 treat. I could see that. Oh no, Arno will not get a treat button. I refuse to get him one of these. Yeah, that's... But yeah, if he got any of these buttons to basically communicate with me in words, it would probably be mother, give treat. Mother, give treat. The entire time. And nothing else. Yeah, so also I got a message from Amazon that they weren't able to change my order that I put in on Thursday. Or was it Wednesday? I don't know. So I'm going to get the wrong type cover first, and then I'll just have to send it back. Just figured, you know, let's try to cancel it so it doesn't even leave the warehouse. And anybody else who might want it would have more of an easy access rather than me just snagging it away. And then I just ordered the correct one for the size. So, and that will be here on Tuesday, I think it was. December 3rd. December 3rd is indeed a Tuesday. Hey, sweetie? Mm-hmm. She's just sitting down there. I'm not sure what she wants. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what he wants. Sweeties, you both had dinner already. Okay. I think it's just here for lunching. And potentially more of the good stuff. But yeah, regarding the treat command, I figured I would want to set it relatively high. Do I have everything? No, didn't have it in here anymore. Just in case. Sweeties. Yeah. Good girl. Yes, sweet girl. Look at that. Alia? Yeah. No? Okay, no, she doesn't really know what she wants, I think. Where was I? Oh yeah, treat command relatively high. Also, so it just doesn't get abused as easily. And the fact that I can do it with cat hair too. I don't know if YouTube will have some kind of channel currency once you are in a state to get monetized or something. So I just figured let's do it with the chatbot currency, which, not gonna lie, Arno would wish to be able to trade in his cat hair for treats. Yes. Yes, you would. And, yeah, just to keep it at an acceptable level. Gosh, I can't talk, I swear. Okay, we've got all the colors we need. So let's pull that over. But yeah, also, if everything goes as planned, we will have a drawing stream with the iPad next week. We'll get used, actually. Imagine that. Alright. Is this guy wearing gloves or not? Let me get to the rest of this. Can you see something about here? Nope. So, next page. Oh, he was indeed wearing gloves. That's good. And that's technically also the only time that we see that hand. Or any of his hands. Now I think I need to change the inks a bit. Let me put this over here so I can rough it later. So let's go into the inks because we haven't been there in a while and last time it took us very long. So so let's close this part. Now, back to the important things in life, which is colors. Right. Oh, wait. For one, we are on the wrong layer. Good thing we caught that. So, when this closed, oh, got the wrong color selected. That would do it. I am definitely a professional. I do know what I'm doing. This one needs to be brown. What's the matter, sweetie? You know, you can't just come up here. You don't need to sit there and meow at me. Truly. Yeah. Yeah, you don't. Mm-hmm. So. Oh, we've got a little kitten. Well, there's no one to be here. Hmm? Yeah, I know what you want, but no. Okay, this one we need to color in manually. Alright, got the noms. Oh no, she's in the other room crying. Those cats. You know, all these grey hairs I have on my head, and there truly are a lot of them, even if the camera is flattering me by not showing them. I'm pretty sure 90% of those grey hairs come from him, oh no, and the other 10% from Elise. Wow. That is why I still have that one selected here. So I never settled on eye colors for him until now. Oh, by the way, another thing for the by the way stuff. Krams actually has a name. I gave it to him a while ago, but I never bothered to remember it. However, I write everything down, and sometimes I do find my notes again. His name is Theo, by the way. we settle on eye colors later. Let's get her, who does definitely not have a name yet. Oh look, though. I think I like it better with darker. Yeah, she's getting dark hair too. And then the Nighthound uniform is somewhat uniform. Notice how quickly you can dress somebody. Yeah, I'll need to color that in manually. Whoa, okay. Let's do that. Alright, let's try this with the fill tool, which does get us quite a ways. There's at least one area I can use this on here. There's a little cat by my side again. Pretty sure she wants something. Although right now she is apparently satisfied with just sniffing the cables that lie down there. Everything else seems fine. Oh, look at this. There's another white piece. Let's get another color in here, and we don't see that. Shit. Okay, but we can change that one. That helps. Just so we know where we actually put the light-up color. It's like a coloring book, you know? Just that I drew the inks myself. So, you know, looking at it. Well, it looks like this doesn't quite align the way it should. I think it is easiest if we it seems to be working better in any case. And that is why you shouldn't be working on inks for 5 hours straight. Because there are things you just tend to miss when you work on stuff too long. What's the matter, sweetie? If you want something from me, you come here, please. Yeah. You come here and you come here. Huh? Sweetie. Got the purse. I need a proper boop command, I guess. It's fine now, you see. That's right there. Yeah, I think the world is alright at the moment. Sweetie. Can I get you a more in frame here? Sort of. So I guess that's the first cat break for today. Sweet girl. Oh, no, we do not eat the microphone foam. So. See, Elise needs her own podcast. Need your own microphone and your own podcast, or maybe more like a percast. What do you think? per cast. Okay, we cannot under any circumstances forget about Arno. He was a very good boy. So if Elise were to get a proper percast, we would need to soundproof the castle back there, which you currently can't see, because there, the castle. And she could record in there the entire time. Yes, and again, Arno is a very good boy. Very good boy. Yeah, she is a sweet baby. And look at Arno, the sweet boy. Who you can't see because I have not turned the camera that way. You just have to take my word for it. He's a good boy right now. Very much here for the pets. My little princess. And that, sweetie, is my stylus. We do not eat styluses. No, we do not eat them. I mean, I know you do not have the teeth to eat it in any case. Yeah, you unfortunately do not have teeth back there. Be sure to thank Auntie Jen for that stylus, by the way. And you covering in caps lopper. Let me see, can I change? Oh yeah, that's a much better angle on this. Things you let your cats do that you shouldn't. Okay, sweetie, you do not have the teeth for that. So yeah, this cat just unfolded. went from compact to long. There we go. Oh yeah, she got a lot bigger in the last month or two. And she's walking over the keyboard. If I vanish, it was her. Now, for the good boy over there. Okay, he was more of a good boy earlier. That window of grace has passed. Yeah. Alright, back to digital art. There we go. Because eventually I would very much like to have this entire thing finished here. I did calculate just how long it would take me to finish this comic at my current pace. 5 years. At some point I really need to pick up the pace a bit. Listen that up. The cat is gone again. Let's put that back on. I have no idea if that made any sound. If it was weird, I'm sorry. Alright, now then we have base colors for all of them, except for eye colors, but eye colors are overrated. Let's put this a bit out of frame again, so I don't vanish behind the microphone. Yep, apply please. Okay, yeah, that looked a bit weird right now, as if there was no face here, but you know what isn't here? What we forgot? The rest of his arm. He is not an amputee anymore. Well, accidental amputee. Jeez. I was about to say accidental employee, but that's wrong. That's not what he is in any case. I mean, I guess it depends a bit on how you view his choice of career in regards to what he's doing with his life. More steady your stomach, sweetie? Not growl. Do I need to be concerned? So, yeah. Anna's stomach is growling. Poor boy. It's a hard life being such a cute cat. And the bestest of boys. Yeah. Very hard life, I know. Okay, yeah. And that sword looks longer there. So let's make it longer. By just extending it outside of the page, and then everybody can guess just how long it actually is. Alright, now that we have that established, let's get back to colors. Or not. I think that somebody still needs an outfit adjustment here. I swear I know what my characters look like. Sometimes. Hey Mizu, how you doing today? Now we should have everything consistent though. We'll see if I find any more things to correct. Oh, nice. I mean, I'm not sure if your boss likes it, but I will say nice. Get some entertainment at work. Oh, yeah? Not too, and likely not as many people as usual at work. Since a lot that could at least probably took a bridge day towards the weekend. Oh, no, that's because of... Okay. Just getting confused with stuff I put into this file right at the beginning. Oh, hospital, okay, yeah, but... I mean... Hope it doesn't pick up too much in that case, in any case, because... busy hospitals usually mean a lot of injured or sick people. Oh, why is it working today? Oh, because there's a gap. What I need you got to play with? Yeah. So a normal work day for me. Being stressed out by anything the cats do. There's another gap. But apparently not a wide one. So, okay. I'm trying to figure out... Oh, okay. I figured it out. I was wondering what this thing back here is, but it's just the other side of the strap attaching to this one again. Okay. I know what I'm doing, I swear. Yeah, you're both nice to each other? Oh, I don't think that was a proper yes. Oh, listen to that half-starved cat. Sweetie! What's the matter? Come here. Yeah, come here. Okay, it's just in the other room meowing. gonna have a look at what's wrong, and I'll just send you on break for a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, we have a temporary solution at least. And let them out on the balcony. Not sure what's wrong with him. For a moment there it sounded like he was working himself up to puking, but he didn't puke. But honestly, I'm not mad about it. Hey, all the gnomes. Don't even know what I'm going to make for dinner today. I haven't had anything the kiddies did, but I have not. Yeah, no, he didn't puke, but it sounded for a moment there like he was working himself up to puking. Like, sometimes he just keeps meowing and stressing himself out so much that he actually stops puking. And of course then I will feel all sorry for him and cuddle him a lot, and he is the center of attention, and I'm not sure at this point if he just pukes to get my attention. Yeah, I do have to eat eventually. And I do have some microwavable kebab. However, I don't yet have a microwave again. So I can't make that one today. I will have a microwave again by tomorrow evening though. I gave a big order to Bezos Land a couple days ago. And it did include a microwave. I was looking at microwaves in local stores, so I wouldn't have to necessarily support the Bezos Land any more than necessary. But all the microwaves they had were like 80 euros and above. And I found the same model that I saw in the local store for 50 euros on Bezos Land. And I'm sorry, but at that point, I'm greedy. Yeah, I'm greedy. Yeah, I'm very greedy, and I'm never really sharing any kind of treats that might go for kitties. Isn't that right, Anna? He's back outside. Alright, rice with leftover ground beef, another fried egg, some soy sauce, and taste of sesame. Well, that sounds nice. This one needs to be done separately. But yeah, I am kind of hoping that today's stream will also be a bit shorter than last week's stream. That one kind of went on for a while. Yeah, I give Bezos too much stuff too. It's kind of sad, actually. Yeah, no, not 5 hours today. 4.5 maybe. Thing is, I have not showered today when I came home from work, as I usually do. Because I was expecting the package. You know. And kind of figuring that any kind of time window I give for a delivery is usually ignored by any kind of delivery company. I didn't want to be in the shower when they rang my doorbell. And I wasn't home for like half an hour by the time my doorbell rang. And it was DHL Express with my package. At a time that usually I would have been still at work. Yeah, Arno is meowing. He would like to be the center of attention again. Yeah. I mean, this one needed not a nicotine, a signature. It needed a signature because it was an expensive good and they were only allowed to give it against my signature. Which makes sense, I wouldn't want anybody to just take the package either. And like, I know our regular DHL and Deutsche Post delivery people are here at around 11 a.m. Sometimes a bit earlier, like you could say between 10 and 11:30. That's their usual window. It might be a bit later during the height of Christmas shopping for people. But generally, we're looking at 10 to 11:30. But I didn't know when exactly DHL Express does deliver. And they are separate from DHL, so I had no idea what to expect because I don't usually get packages through them. Because they are kind of expensive. I mean, they are express. And this morning I was like, maybe I should just go home at 11, just in case, increase that window of being available to take the package. And honestly, it was a great idea on my part. Because I would have missed it otherwise, and I probably wouldn't have been able to pick it up until... Maybe they would have put it with mail pickup services at the post office, but I don't know if they are allowed to do that. So, I don't know. Maybe I could have gotten it tomorrow either way, but I didn't want to risk it. And yeah, that's... And like the thing is, I went into the tracking for this package and tried to give it a time window for delivery. And they did confirm that for that time window, they will deliver it. However, they did not. So, as per usual, delivery trauma. Although this time it wasn't as bad as I had it another time with UPS. And I swear to God, I will never ever get anything that is delivered via UPS again. They made me jump through so many hoops. Yeah, fallen already. I need to remember what's going on in this fight. Oh jeez. That's gonna be... Okay, that's way too much hair there. But yeah, I'm hoping you'll get your package today. Because nothing is worse than having delivery issues. Oh. And that one, so let's see. Are you getting darker eyes? Oh yeah, you're getting darker eyes. I think that works. So you're getting darker eyes. What happened to your beard in between two panels? There you go, young sir. No shaving allowed. Now, this lady, let's see. What kind of eye color are we giving you? I still some caps lower in here. I forgot. That was good. Sweeties, the only bottle I opened was with some juice in it. No cat milk, no cat food, no treat, just juice. Yeah. Look at them just sitting there. Oh, God. So, what kind of eye color are you getting? That should do. I will have so much fun getting this eye colors back now that I'm putting pupils in there. Alright, now we only need the color of the egg. I can put that color in here. And look at Graham's chest. Yo. It's not a reference layer again. And there we go. Look at Graham's just stealing the dragon egg. Well, technically it's a broken dragon egg, so there. No, that's probably broken. And yeah, by the way, I mentioned that earlier, but Grants actually has a name. The name is Theo. I think I know what's bothering me up here. might have been a tiny bit too much. I do not like this. Ooh, magic. Okay, now let's get to stealing backgrounds. That's what we are doing here. Let's get those separately. And also that one. So just in case we need that separately, we better save them sorry. Let me see. I have some kind of head-on shot. No. No, I do not. So. Alright, for down here we need to bust out the rulers. So we can put this part from over here. Okay, yeah, and not like that, but put that in here. Because I do not have a proper head-on shot that I could just steal from myself. Oh. Alright. There we go. So, let's get settled with those lines first. Unders in this direction? No, I do not think so. Oh. Right, done this one. Let's put that there. I think we've got all the straight lines we need. This guy needs to be just a little bit further down. There. That makes more sense. Okay, should probably do some saving here. That is at least all the straight lines sorted out. Let's add the other couple of elements here. mean, technically it was a bit lower there, but you know how much I care about that kind of accuracy. It is in there, that's all that matters. And the inks for the egg were white before, so we put some white inks there. And so let's put some white and stuff there. No. Now we've got that. Yes, sweetie? Yeah. Aren't you a good kitty? Hmm? Yeah, you're also a good kitty. But you'd be a happier kitten with a treat, I guess. Yeah, okay. You just had to comment on that. I'm not sure how well those lines closed back there. So we will just go into this and that's fine. Also, now that I'm thinking about it right now, does anybody know a good screen recording app for the iPad? Like, just on the iPad, so I don't have to have it mirrored onto the PC? Because while I do like the time lapses you get from Procreate, which I guess are just basically the same as you get from Clip Studio, I personally kind of like seeing canvases spin. Oh, there's a built-in screen recorder. See, I have no idea about this kind of stuff. So I'll have to look into that. Also, I have not yet looked into note-taking apps. I wanted to do that earlier, then I got distracted by Pokemon. I don't think that is too uncommon. But yeah, I got distracted and then I just figured, alright, now let's play some Pokemon until we are ready for stream. And then I was a bit late for stream. Oops. And then I have to look up note-taking apps. Because, you know, I've been thinking for a while now about getting Milanote. Or Milanote? I'm not really sure how you actually pronounce it. Most YouTubers call it Milanote. Because it looks really nice and easy to organize, and I think you can also put some quick doodles in there. And well, it would have the advantage of being online, so I could access it quite easily between phone, iPad and PC. But I didn't want to get into it before I actually had a proper third thing to use it on again, so yeah, now I do. Now I need to figure stuff out. Yeah, but by the way, I got Scrivener for the iPad, and they definitely say you need to sync everything via Dropbox if you want to use it off the iPad as well, like on other devices. And since I was doing that already before with the Surface Pro, since Windows, I think outside of OneDrive in any case, doesn't really have syncing up possibilities, I just figured, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And yeah, works wonderfully. So it could read my file without issue. I couldn't really do a whole lot in it yet because I do not yet have the type cover. But like basic functionality has been established. So that one is a go. That was basically the one I was most nervous about. But yeah, when I got the iPad today, I sent a photo of it to my mom and was like, I joined a cult, help. Got an Apple product. You really cannot tell this to younger Sophie. She will time travel and kill me in the future, so she doesn't have to have one. I used to have principles. I don't anymore, I guess. Yeah, the world is burning. And I got a half-eaten apple. Like literally. Look at this. Oh, let me get you out. Somebody already took a bite. I'll have to see if the case I got, because I'm 90% sure the case I got has like a one case just for the iPad. So, you know, just some protection generally for this thing. And then it has like MagSafe attachment for the kickstand and the keyboard, which is separate, so you can also just take the iPad elsewhere. And yeah. It also already has a whole lot of fingerprints on it. I've been marking my territory, I guess. So, yeah, I'm not sure if that one has like a free space for the Apple logo, because sometimes cases, phone cases and also iPad cases do have a free space for the Apple logo, and I'm not sure if that one has it or not. If it does, I need to put a sticker there, which is fine. I can make my own stickers. And I would probably decorate the case with stickers in anyway, so yeah, that's fine. I just need to know how to organize myself. And then, yeah, I'm personally quite happy that I have the iPad a bit separated from the keyboard and the kickstand. Like when I think about my Surface Pro, what I really love about it is that kickstand. And it comes attached to the Surface Pro. And it is really good, really stable too. So in that regard, hi kitty. In that regard, Microsoft did really well. And that one I think is one that I will be missing the most. Like a couple of people where I watched the reviews of that kickstand and type cover. I do not have a 3D printer. I guess I could get it printed elsewhere and then just pay the fee for the time, the filament and stuff. But yeah, let me get the Surface Pro for a second here. No, it's not trade time. No, it's not trade time. No. There it is. The oldie but goodie. And look at this kickstand that is like literally attached to. I have this in frame as well. So this is like literally attached, and it is a bit heavy to adjust so that it just doesn't, fold in on itself. And I love this thing. Like I can put this pretty flat like this, but also quite upright. Like, yeah, about here is where I have some pressure on it. And yeah, the type cover. Oh yeah, a lot of fingerprints. The type cover is getting a bit used for sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or try to sell it. But yeah, I can just put it down there and then it's standing there. Hi Joe, how you doing? Yeah, and I really love this kickstand, and it is attached to the tablet. Yeah, it is well loved. I might just keep it, honestly, emergency like or something. I don't know. I have a hard time saying goodbye to that one. It's been with me to so many places. Hey, that sounds nice too. I got now let me just open up Chrome and make sure I don't accidentally dox myself. Although wait, I can just show it to you on the manufacturer side. Let me go there. I got that one. Ah. Just that I have to get it for this one. So yeah, it attaches magnetically here, has the kickstand, and comes with the keyboard. So in the end, it should hopefully be kind of like my Surface Pro was. For drawing though, from the reviews I've seen, this one isn't quite stable enough. Like, you would basically just flip it over to the other side. But yeah, it's magic! So if I were to use it for drawing... Sweeties! No! Like literally, I get up. They are there. Ready, standing for attention. For food. So yeah, for drawing I do have this like laptop stand that you can pull out like this, and okay, let me see. This way. And then it is a bit adjustable. And then I can just put the iPad on there for drawing. Oh yeah, no, I didn't have the iPad. I don't have the iPad Air. I've got the iPad Pro, 11 inches from 2022. But this case goes for, oh wait, yeah, you were saying. There, I meant that one. Gotta be careful here with the stuff you're showing. But yeah. So, yeah, it's magic. Such magic. Yeah, again, it comes with the kickstand. And it does have some security for the pen as well. Also, it got the German keyboard layout, the QWERTZ. Because we got our C up here. QWERTZ, yeah. The Americans got the QWERTY. Right here, good QWERTZ. Right here. Makes the whole Control-C thing, like, I'm used to just stretching my index finger to get to the C. I could have remapped it to this one if I had been paying attention to that 20 years ago or so. Oh, you are asking questions about chips. I have no idea. Let me double check. Do you say that yourself? Also, right, I'm not showing you my code. I'll put my autumn stuff in there. Can you decide which kind of chip you have? Oh, that's just the software version. Let me see, I'll just Google the model number. Hey. Does anybody know what chip you're coming with? Oh yeah, the Apple M2. Okay. So yeah, until then, I've got... Okay, you couldn't really see that either. So yeah, but I've got my autumn stuff here. Yeah, and it does have the M2. I didn't want to spring for the new iPad, because that would have been like twice the money I would have paid. Also, hi gigs. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing fine too, and hope you get nice noms. So, yeah, I didn't want to spring for the new iPad. I figured getting one that was released in 2022 would be enough to keep me kind of current for the next couple of years. With some luck, it might last me till 2030. Okay, no lag, yeah, that's fine. That's great. Like, I have zero knowledge about the Appleverse, so to speak. I never wanted an Apple device, actually. Again, didn't tell past Sophie that I actually got one. She will invent time travel. Just to spite the half-eaten fruit. Oh no, I will not get an iPhone. If I wanted an iPhone, or the only thing that would convince me to get an iPhone would be if both Android would go belly up and any kind of newly, like a couple of phone manufacturers are making their own operating systems now. I think they're still kind of based on Android, but didn't ask me too much about that. I only read headlines for that kind of stuff, and those headlines usually don't tell the entire story. So yeah, if every other phone company with their own operating system would go belly up and there was only the iPhone left as an option, then I might think about getting an iPhone. Or, well, for the MacBook, technically, if Windows / Microsoft specifically really doesn't let up with their whole spying on people trip. Like, I know they still collect data right now, no matter what you want. It's just how these companies operate. Why they are allowed to do that, I do not know. But that's another rant. But yeah, if this whole Copilot thing is something I cannot, or not Copilot specifically, but recall. if recall is something you cannot get rid of by any means, I might actually look into Linux first. Yeah, and if Linux goes belly up, then I could think about getting a MacBook. But this stuff is always so overpriced. I don't know. I mean, honestly, if the Surface Pros of the current generation, or even just 2 generations before, were somewhat more affordable, I might not even have gone for the iPad. But their response with their own styluses is apparently not as good as it is with the iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil specifically. And the other thing is they're just as expensive. So if I wanted them for drawing and writing and stuff, I figured I might also take the plunge and get something that might get me further with the drawing specifically. Because I figured writing shouldn't be that big of an issue. Just get a typecase for it. But yeah. If deep loading Microsoft is not an option anymore at some point in the future, and Linux is unavailable forever, we might even be thinking about a MacBook. And as you might have guessed, those are a lot of ifs. Really? Okay. Let's just try differently then. Definitely, definitely. That is so definitely a surprise, yes. That's going to wait for me beneath any kind of tree. I don't even know if we're going to have a tree this Christmas. But technically, I do have a tree. I do have a tree. I said I have a tree, not a treat. There. Got a tree. I don't think a MacBook fits under there. Let's do this differently. We'll have one. We're making long. long straight lines have been extended. So there we go. And let's get this one filled. Good, good. Oh. So, what kind of brush did I use to get all these textures? I have no idea, and I was using the wrong settings because I need to get this one in there a bit more. There we go. And then I did have a wonderful cheat brush right here. There you go. Cheating a bit with the texture. So, somebody can call the art police now. I did the cheating. So, and I think I will move cramps a bit. Well, it's a bit out of place there. Let's put him here. There we go. Cramps may not have legs right now, but he can move very quickly. BP, how did you do that? Or is it? Could it be that your Ko-fi subscription just renewed? Yep. That just renewed. Yeah, the Ko-fi subscription renewed. That's where this came from. But that makes me wonder, why was there no proper GIF for that? Because there's a GIF for that too. Or... wait, could it be? I think I know what it is. Stream alerts. Yeah, I didn't put that in here. Whoops. Let me get that in. So it is in there now. I think there was a way to actually test that too. So let's send a test alert. Is that doing the thing? Oh, it's doing the thing. We've got a big one. Okay, let's make this just a little bit smaller for next time. Wait a moment. Okay, I think YouTube is going to have a problem with the music I'm playing. And I think I know why. That was music there, probably a bit further behind. Okay, let's change the music. I mean, it's not like I'm monetizing anything on YouTube yet. I am so far from that whole thing happening, so... So let's see... With page 3, alright. You can steal a couple more backgrounds from this page. We need to get rid of the overlay stuff. Oops, I didn't want to match you, I wanted to duplicate you. Thank you. So I'm duplicate you. I'm making this one a bit smaller. Like this. Hi Daniel, how you doing? And thank you, I appreciate that. Let's duplicate these two again. Put them up top. we did the stealing. So let's get rid of this part. And then we could theoretically merge these three. Oh no, this one was already done. Okay. And I'm just going to down there and merge you with that, and merge these two. Alright, that makes the layers a bit more manageable again. And now we need to do some tiny alterations so it doesn't look too copy-pasted. There's fancy pants. There we go. So now I can wave my hand and force convince you these are not the same backgrounds. But I figure I worked hard on these backgrounds, now let's make them work for me a bit. And with that, we've got a flatted page. We did great so far. So I think what we can still do today for sure is shading the characters. I'm not sure if I will have the spoons today to get to shading the background. That might just have to wait for another day. So now let me get my... yeah, okay, that should work, I think. Let's get the color from the layer. So I need to be on the layer too. Got this, and got this. Alright, we've got all four colors that are relevant. With the cheating, backgrounds doing the work for me sometimes. Or what? I haven't looked at a chat in a while. Whoops, sorry. You know, I've been thinking about that Ko-fi thing still. I think I put that out of the stream layout because I wanted to try to get a different kind of connection. so it would play not just the GIF, but also have some sound to it, because that soundbite of "there's coffee in the nebula" is iconic. And what? It's dark here and dangerous to go alone. Cramps, take a sword with you. That works for Link most of the time in any case. Alright, and then there's still that torch. Which is still very important, because that one is still on and burning brightly, even if currently it's switched off. They're saving some of that flare for when the overlay layers and other fancy color stuff layers are on. So, now down here. Yes, sweetie? What's the matter, sweetie? You want to come up after one? Yeah, give me half an hour. And as the narrator would say, they would not give her half an hour. For half an hour is an eternity when you're a cat and you're starving, despite having had food 3 hours ago. I mean, 3 hours is an eternity in itself, but as I was saying, they would not give me half an hour. Go in, kitty. Already back there. Wanting something from me. Oof, and somebody just took off. Oh, you know what I forgot to put on all of these uniforms? The hound. I need to do that still. Sweeties, no arguing over there. Okay, let's put the hound on there before I forget that again. Okay, that stuff is back here, there, and there. So you can only see it there, there, and alright. Okay. So this is not the actual thing that is plastered on there. I like to slide over it. So, because this hound thing here is technically stitched on, I'm going to do a whole lot of tiny strokes until we get somewhat to that shape. This. That's good enough for that one. Let's take this one and just make it bigger. And why is it not here? Oh, I know why it's not here. Many, many, many tiny little strokes to give it that stitched on feeling. There we go, we've got the hound on them. What's the matter, sweetie? It's not been half an hour yet. a bit in the zone. Or in other words, not very talkative right now. I make for a good streamer, for sure. Honestly, I kind of wish the whole yapping thing would be a lot easier for me. Because that would make streams probably so much more entertaining. But alas, I'm not a good yapper. Yes, sweetie? Can I help you with something? Only the one thing? Okay. Let me think. I want to grace this with your purse again. This would go. That was the wrong way around. My views on Picard Season 5. Let's start with... Didn't we kill the Borg with Voyager already? Do we have to beat this dead horse even more? Poor horse. Like, that horse was buried. Beating it has gotten. Because, yeah, as I said, I enjoyed, Discovery more in later seasons than I did enjoy it at first. Like, I personally hated that first season. It, was definitely a big reason why I kind of stopped watching newer Star Trek for a long time. But those later seasons did really well. Now for Picard, I personally don't think that having a season with legacy characters and have that set like 30 years later, 40, 50 years, I don't know. I mean, it's been 40 years by now, but it did air a couple of years ago, so let's say 30 years later. I don't technically mind that, but on a not conceptual, on the executive level, it was a whole lot of bullshit. Like, hey, it's Hugh, we've reintroduced him, he is really good now. He doesn't bear a grudge for Picard and the Enterprise crew. He kind of managed to get this whole Borg individual thing under one umbrella or something. He did really good. Oh no, he's dead now. Hey, remember this beloved character, Icheb? who was just a big teddy bear on Voyager. Yeah, he's dead now. Like, I know that there were some concerns with regards to the actor, but honestly, it had been 20 years. If you had taken the actor that they got for him for that gruesome scene that I wish I had never seen, and had just taken that actor and given him, I don't know, like a minor role somewhere, that would have been fine. And really, did we have to torture Seven more? Wasn't she having a hard enough time as it is? Like, to me, specifically, season 1 of Picard was basically torture porn. Look at these wonderful characters you all know and love. Let's torture them a bit. And yeah, it was trauma for trauma's sake and not really giving me anything. Like, the only thing that gave me something from that was the whole thing with the Romulan sun went nova. Romulans are displaced. Spock didn't succeed. He instead traveled back in time and gave us the Kelvin timeline. And like, I know that Picard, just for the thing that the Romulans probably did have the most of a shift during the run of Next Generation, from really hostile to, well, let's say, delicate truce. That was cemented a bit more than in DS9 with the Dominion War and stuff, so that's fine. And even if you count Nemesis, which I know is hard to count because it isn't, because it is Nemesis, I can kind of see that Picard has a special relationship to the Romulans. And that the whole thing of the Romulan sun going nova and he wanting to help, and that help ultimately falling through because the Federation is busy with itself rather than its mission of peacekeeping and helping, you know, those kind of things that they said they do a lot. So yeah, that part of the show was, in my opinion, the only one that made sense. After that, not so much. And like, I know they probably couldn't have done that part of the show as easily because it would have involved more heavy masking for Patrick Stewart, because let's face it, he's not getting any younger. Although he has aged very well, probably because he's looked old for a long time on the account of lacking a lot of hair. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, exactly. He's looked old since he was a lot younger. I mean, I don't know. Have I shared that one photo with you? During the casting for Next Generation, they actually experimented with giving Patrick Stewart like a toupee to make him look a bit younger and, you know, let him have some hair. Yeah, with hair. And that was supposed to be his general look for the show. And they also have test footage and all that stuff, you know, as they need to have for a show. And they ultimately decided against it, which honestly was a good decision at the time. In hindsight, looking back at that decision, many, many years later. But they did use that look for one scene. That one time where Beverly kind of notices that that the universe is getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it's only her left in there. And then she kind of connects the dots and knows, oh, she's in that bubble universe that her son accidentally created because, yeah, Wesley is that smart. But not smart enough to not accidentally transport his mother into a bubble universe that is collapsing. But yeah, in that universe, while she was there, she was grappling with some memories, specifically the ones... Yeah, accidentally making a universe. That just happens when you're born like some god, apparently. Honestly, thinking about it, I guess that makes Wesley into more of a godlike figure. But yeah, in that one scene, she grapples with the memory of Picard basically informing her of her husband's death and going with her to the morgue to let her see him one last time. And in that scene, they did go for that look with the toupee. Yeah, of course she only gives birth to gods. She's Beverly fucking Crusher. Kitties, please do not jump on stuff. My poor heart can't do that anymore. Because, okay, it wasn't you, it was Elise. Elise jumped onto the table that was formerly mounted to the wall, but is now on legs. And for a second there, I was very, very worried. Oh yeah, the ghost boyfriend that fed on all the females in her lifeline, whatever. Like, her grandma died and that's why she was on that colony. Yeah, the episode where Beverly fucks a ghost. Oh, Jesus. Who do I need to talk to? Huh? No remorse in that cat. Yeah, Beverly definitely wasn't given a lot of great episodes, which is kind of funny that she's still such a beloved character. I mean, the thing is, though, still, she did more on the show than Deanna did, actually. Like, Deanna was on not maybe in a lot more episodes, but more often front and center, because she was on the bridge. And, I mean, I guess she was in a lot more episodes, too, because Beverly was missing for the second season. And missing only as in, not on the Enterprise. We knew where she was supposed to be, at least. But, yeah, Deanna has a lot more front and center. But I always felt... Yeah, for one, she had a lot of worse episodes sometimes. And also, she didn't do a whole lot other than sometimes say, I feel... Insert something you could infer from the dialogue. Like, her role wasn't very, active or actively useful. Like, for I would say 40% of her stuff was basically being eye candy for Riker. And have this whole will they, won't they go back to whatever they were before. Then 5% was just her and her mother. And honestly, Lwaxana, best character. Hands down. Like, she comes off as so annoying the entire time, but she grows on you. Lwaxana definitely grows on you. Although, specifically for me, I think she grew a lot on me in that episode where she and Odo married. Because it became so apparent that she respected Odo so much in a way that no other character on DS9 did. I feel like, well, I guess Quark. Quark respected him too. And Kira in her way too, but differently. Like, I always kind of felt that Kira was a bit more self-centered. Like, I can understand why, if you grow up in a brutal occupation, you kind of have to be self-centered to survive, to some degree at least. But Lwaxana, she was definitely an empath. Not just by species, but also by behavior. Yeah, the Kira-Odo relationship, like, I can kind of see the infatuation that Odo would have with her, like, I mean, Kira is just, who can't love her, but, I mean, Kira's boyfriends always die. Tragically, or well, at least one did. The other just, kind of vanished, cause I guess it didn't work out between us after all. Yeah, and that episode where Vedic Bareil died, I wanted to strangle Kai Wynn with my own bare hands, because the moment she got out of Bareil what she needed, she was like, oh yeah, now we can let him die. Rather than try anything. Yeah, Wynn is such a well-written bad person. And the actress, she did a phenomenal job with her. Like, there was another show, not Star Trek, very different. It's called Turn, Washington's Spies, which is about the American Revolution and the culpa spiring. And it is more like alternative history in a lot of ways, since they did change a couple of historical facts to make the show flow better. But on that show, there is a British officer by the name of Simcoe. And the actor apparently got threats from people who watched the show because he was such a... He was a very evil guy on the show. For the longest time in any case. And he did that so well though. And I can kind of see how he got that hatred from the fans, because he was such an obstacle in the show in a really good way. So the actor did a phenomenal job, and the writers did a really good job with him too. Like, that show did have some deficiencies later on, specifically. But it was a lot of fun to watch anyway. But yeah, whenever I think of actors who really portrayed an evil person really well and nuanced, I think of that actor from Turn and of the actress of Kai Wynn. Because Wynn always acts so innocently, and she would never. And how she would. Yeah, and in that regard, the new shows have very little, if anything, in terms of greats and actors. In part, though, I think it's the direction they are given. Like, I don't think that, generally speaking, it's the fault of the actors that they have, that they couldn't get this well fleshed out. It definitely is the writing. Like, there's so much I learned about Michael, for example. But so little I learned about anybody else on that crew. Like, maybe Stamets, to some extent, and his boyfriend, whose name I forgot. Yeah, okay, I definitely didn't learn enough about him. Callboy, yeah, that's the doctor. And yeah, for one, I think it is just that these shows were not really meant as ensemble cast shows, the way that the 90s Star Trek shows were. I guess the original series was also more of an ensemble cast, as in you had more people who you were following, rather than just one. Okay, he's Puerto Rican. I did not know that. Are you two getting along? I know it's been more than half an hour since I said give me half an hour, but are you two getting along there? So yeah, he had an interesting arc in that he basically died and came back. And I've wanted to do some research into why they did that. Like, did they originally kill him because he might have had other contractual obligations or stuff? And then brought him back because, oh yeah, those well flew through, let's get this whole thing rolling again. Although I did like the way they treated this whole, yeah, I'm back now, but I'm not sure if I'm the same person anymore. That was well done. And he was still unsure how to feel about Paul, how to feel about himself, his calling and stuff. I like that. Yeah, I probably would have liked if they had stuck with some of the changes he was trying to make for himself. Just to show that, yeah, I might still be the same person, but the experience still changed me in some way. But yeah, maybe I just have too high of a bar for character writing. So in a sense, I guess you could say they did some interesting stuff with him, but didn't follow through on it properly. It was a bit of a wasted potential for character writing. But also, when Discovery first made it to the future, I was so convinced by the way the Federation Admiral acted towards them that or that the Federation and him, in terms of the face of the Federation, we knew at the time as an audience, would be the really bad guys. Like it was their own fault for kind of vanishing. I mean, I guess in some way it was. I don't even remember what happened. Like that one type of material kind of exploded everything. Because that Kelpian, there was a Kelpian on a ship. Yeah, okay. I remember again what it was. What I didn't like about Discovery, though, was the whole concept of the short tracks. Like, generally that's not a bad idea to do it. To have some, like, short stories in that universe as well, like, just bite-sized content. So the concept of them is not the problem for me. It's that in some instances they were story relevant for Discovery. And specifically in Germany, it is so hard to find them anywhere, even when trying to sail the high seas. I tried everything to get all of them. I probably still haven't seen a couple of them. I just gave up at some point and was like, okay, that's it. I tried so hard. Even the high seas, and there was nothing. So, my point is, don't make it story relevant if you can't distribute it in the countries that you're distributing your show. Thank you. Yeah, Saru was really nice as a character. Like, at first, I wasn't sure about him. This whole, oh, we are Kelpians, we are prey, was getting a bit old at some point. But they did some really interesting stuff with him afterwards. Yeah, well, with the short tracks, specifically for the Discovery ones, there was one with Tilly and that one Queen that they called for help at the end of season 2. And in season 2, Tilly at some point just said, "Oh, I know somebody who could help," referring to that Queen that was first introduced in that short track. So for anybody who just watched season 2 without the short tracks, it probably came out of nowhere. And then there's another short track with the Discovery and Azora, like the AI they have developing on there. A couple thousand years in the future. And that is the reason they are refurnishing the Discovery at the end of the show to look like it did at the beginning of the show. Because in that short track, because they probably didn't know where everything was going design-wise at that point. It was still a couple years off after all. They showed the Discovery with her old makeup and stuff. And yeah, to make that properly work again is why they refit it to be in her original state. Plus Sora. And if you haven't seen the short tracks, you're just going like, why are you doing that? What is the reason? So, yeah, and then the Discovery is just waiting near a star for, I think they said like another 1,000 years or something, I don't know. And Sora is entertaining herself with movies and stuff until someone accidentally stumbles over the Discovery, and Sora helps them recover, and then Sora tries to have a relationship with them because she is lonely. But the human is at the end like, I'm sorry, but I can't stay here. And then the Discovery is just all alone with Sora again. Isn't that depressing? It has, by the way, also nothing to do with the show. Other than, hey, it's the Discovery, indeed. But otherwise it doesn't have anything to do with the show. And it had me so confused. But hey, did I mention that Star Trek Prodigy is a really nice show? I enjoyed that one a lot. Takes a couple of episodes to make a bit of sense, and travel distance is played very fast and loose, but otherwise, very fun show. Control arc. Control arc. I'm a bit lost right now. It's ringing a bell, but I'm not sure which bell it is and what it's trying to tell me. Oh, Red Angel, yeah. Yeah, that was a bit... Why are we doing this? I mean, it started making sense when it was like, okay, it's Michael giving us the hints and stuff. And that's the whole loop thing, and then yeah, that was a bit odd, and in a sense it is like a symptom of general writing for the Star Trek shows of that time, which is, we need to escalate this. We need to escalate this to have proper stakes, so people care. But if you escalate something too much, people do not care anymore. At all, actually. Because people will only shake their heads and be like, what the F am I watching here? Yeah, exactly. It was just like, oh, it's the universe at stake. But you know how many people regularly envision their way of life disappearing completely because something way out of their hands is happening? That is just not something you can do over and over and over again in a show. And we kind of had that in the first season of Discovery with the Klingon War, when the Klingon warships were literally in sight of Earth. None of the other shows ever made it that apparent that that Klingon War was so devastating. Specifically too, when in DS9 the Dominion actually attacked Starfleet headquarters in San Francisco. The Klingons were saying, not even we were as bold as getting to the heart of the Federation. Yeah, excuse me, I guess the writers of Discovery did not see that episode. I mean, I guess a lot of writers of modern Trek, I guess you could say, did not see any of the shows, I guess. Because otherwise, a lot of things that happened in Picard would not have happened. Like, I can forgive the inconsistencies and stuff that happened on Enterprise, like Archer's Enterprise, because it was still a very enjoyable show to watch. And the ensemble cast was really nicely done, and I enjoyed watching them. Sure, not everything made a whole lot of sense, but it was good. I like Enterprise, and I will die on that hill. It was a good show. And I'm sad it got cancelled. I'm very sad in the way that it got its finale. Because that was just very disrespectful to all the Enterprise actors and characters. There. I will die on that hill too. Yeah. Yeah, I really loved the Cindy arc specifically, and the climax of the Cindy arc when they are an actual threat to Earth. And they have that sphere, that big sphere, heading for Earth, and it's touch and go for a while there. That was such a good 3 or 4 episodes that they built up for that. Specifically, I know that whenever I will rewatch that, I have to watch these episodes together. I cannot pause in between. I mean, for the last season, I thought it was a bit disjointed. There was this whole Trip and T'Pol, will they, won't they, will they, won't they, and then they had a biological daughter that was just a gene clone. That was weird. Like, I did love that they put this whole xenophobia aspect to it, and the dislike that Starfleet got from the normal people on Earth. Like, you brought this on us. You screamed into the universe, here we are. We are ready to play with you. And people came to play. So that whole xenophobia aspect that they highlighted there is like, I think that is realistic. So yeah. Again, I loved Enterprise a lot. And I will also die on the hill that says, the intro song was not the problem. Because I can tell you, I had both of these kitties separately in my arms and was just going the entire time it was playing. See, I kinda liked Archer. And Flux was fun. Like, very Denobulan, not very human doctor, and Hippocratic oath and stuff. But I liked vlogs. With Trip, for example, I had a bit of a problem sometimes because he came across as high and mighty and stuff a lot. Kind of a bit righteous, I guess. Genocide is fun. Which episode are you referring to? Because I'm not sure he ever said genocide was fun. Or, well, something along those lines. Oh, that one. Yeah, there are two highly developed sentient species on a planet, yeah. And he wasn't sure what to do. I thought it was a lot of... He was crabbling with it. Yeah, okay, that was a heavy episode, and I'm not sure I agree with the outcome of it, because yeah, sacrificing an entire species for the sake of another species that might develop more. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a bit of a questionable one. Yeah, and that's the one where Archer is like, I wish somebody would write a directive for us to know what to do, but we don't have one, so I need to make a decision here. And in the end he agreed with Vlogs. So yeah. And yeah, he would 100% think about breaking it at least. If he didn't outright do it, he would at least think about it. Like, to hell with the Prime Directive. We are out here alone. Starfleet Command can't tell me what to do. They can do that when he gets home. I mean, I think what the Achilles heel for that show was, is the temporal Cold War that they were kind of involved in, but not really. Like, it's a cool concept that future factions are warring, and you know, if you can't travel through time, who really has the upper hand? So in concept, that is cool. I'm not sure it did the show any favors though. Like, I don't know if you've read it, but there is a novella called This Is How You Win the Time... Oh no, This Is How You Lose the Time War. That is a really nice novella that goes with a very similar concept, and in my opinion does it better. It is not Star Trek related, but similar concept. Yeah, you read it, okay. Wasn't sure, but yeah, that is such a good novella. Like, people told me I definitely needed to read it, that it wouldn't do to just listen to it on Audible. But I just listened to it on Audible and I was so intrigued the entire time. Because it was really, really good. So yeah, I always imagine that if the temporal Cold War was any good, it would probably be like that novella. And I probably would have thought that whole temporal Cold War concept better if Daniels would have appeared much earlier in Enterprise already and just, been a background character for a couple of episodes. Because otherwise, he just appeared in that one episode and then it was like, oh, a temporal agent killed him. No. And nobody really knows what is happening. So yeah, that again was a whole lot of wasted potential. Which, sad. Very sad. But we've got the characters shaded. Might do some light stuff still. Is the space on that blanket getting smaller? Are you getting larger? Yeah. Elisa's not getting larger, by the way. Well, she is, but not in that way. The space on this blanket is getting smaller because they are pulling it down the entire time. Wait, that's up there. And overlay. Yeah, I also thought the audiobook was fine the way it was. Don't know why people say, oh, you definitely need to read it. Don't just listen to it. I mean, I guess I know why they say it, because they're a bit elitist sometimes. I don't know, is there a sequel to that? If there is, I haven't heard of it. So, doesn't mean that there isn't. Alright, but now for sure, we have the characters shaded and somewhat highlighted. Yay! And yeah, elitist readers, that happens so often. If I had a cent for every time somebody was telling me that listening to an audiobook or even reading an ebook is not the same or as much of a quality as reading a physical book, I would have so many cents. Couldn't rival Bezos or Musk or anything, but I would have so many cents. Yeah, some people are even elitist regards ebooks. And I'm just like, I know that reading a physical book and reading an ebook are somewhat different in an experience. I personally love the smell of a book, but I also use an e-reader sometimes because a lot of times when I read a book blind, as in I don't know what I'm getting into, not as in I'm literally not looking and just tapping forward. So yeah, where was I with that thought process? Yeah, especially if I read a book blind, getting an ebook is usually a lot cheaper, so I can just get the ebook first, read it like that, and if I still want a physical copy of that book for my trophy shelf, I can still get that. The physical copies will not run away. And also with books that are in public domain, for example, you can get PDFs or EPUB files of them really easily. And very much for free. Like Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I think that was Emily Bronte. I just couldn't with the physical book. I don't know. I had trouble reading it at some point because I didn't like the story all that much. I figured if I had an ebook where I couldn't feel just how much I still had to read by just looking at the book and how far into it I was. So I got it as an ebook of public domain stuff. And then just sometimes read there and sometimes read the physical book. And eventually I was through with that book. It was the most horrid experience of a book that I've had this year. Like, Hunchback of Notre Dame was not a fun read. It was a good read, in my opinion, but not a fun one. And Wuthering Heights, oh, I hate that book. Likely because I was going into it with the wrong impression. Because a lot of people just say Wuthering Heights is a romance book. And I figured, yeah, okay, let's see about the romance. Yeah, no, it was not romance. It was just domestic abuse, domestic violence, the entire time. So much hostility in that book. Just because one person was way too obsessed with another. And another one didn't really know what boundaries were. Or stepped over them the entire time. So, yeah. No, that was a horrid read. I hated that book. Hunchback, again, I thought it was a very interesting book. Again, it is definitely not a fun read because it is, for one, very much a product of its time. In terms of the portrayal of the Romani / gypsies, as they still call them in that book, because it's been written a couple centuries ago at this point. So, that one is definitely a product of its time with the stereotypes that appear in that. Don't read that book for information in that regard. But I thought specifically in terms of characters and me wanting to make some of them through, make it through the book intact. I was really on the edge of my seat towards the end there. Like, I knew that Esmeralda would not make it. I knew that Quasimodo would eventually not make it either. And I don't even know now. I don't think Claude Frollo actually died in that book. Or did he? Oh no, he did die. Quasi pushed him off a ledge. Yes, I know, spoilers for a centuries-old book. But yeah, there were three characters in the book that, two characters in the book that did not make it into the Disney version of the movie, or of the story, and then there was the goat, Jolly. And I really, really, really hoped that Jolly would live in the end. And Jolly did live. The goat lived. And yeah, then there were two other characters. One was actually the brother of Claude Frollo. I think in the original French it was Jehan for his name. yeah, sorry. We've got Arna right here inspecting everything. Hopes of finding something too. Sweet boy. And yeah, he is the brother of Rollo, and he did also make a very short appearance in the Hunchback of Notre Dame musical in the beginning song, Bells of Notre Dame. Come here, sweet boy. Come here. There we go. But his role in the book is very different. And in the end, spoilers, he dies again. And then there's another guy who used to be a student of Frodo's, and who kind of accidentally got involved with Esmeralda. He wanted to help her at some point, and then the city guard was chasing him as well. And so, because he did try to help Esmeralda, she helps him in terms of taking him with her to the Court of Miracles part of Paris, where, you know, the people that don't have the money, where they live. And after a while of back and forth there, they basically have a kind of wedding in a way that makes it possible for Esmeralda to make sure that he lives. But she won't let him touch her or something. She's like, yeah, we're married just so you survive, but that's it. We're not doing anything else. And he kind of grew on me, because he kind of stumbled into the life of a beggar, juggler, performer and stuff, like street performer. And he was very worried about Jolly's well-being, so he was the one who rescued the goat at the end. Yeah. And also, yeah, married for paperwork purposes only. that sums it up. I mean, the thing is that Esmeralda has this whole thing of she has a baby shoe as part of a necklace, and as far as she knows, that's her shoe. And she hopes that with the help of that shoe and the necklace, she will find her birth parents eventually, because she knows that the people she has in her life right now are not her birth family. And that's where the whole stereotypes with Romani or gypsies comes in, that they abduct children out of crypts and houses and playgrounds and stuff. Very horrible rumor. And Victor Hugo definitely leaned into that one. So her thing is that as long as she stays a virgin, she still has a chance to find her family, because some other old what's it called? Some other old lady with future sight and stuff told her so. And yeah, so she was very close to still going for the whole, oh, maybe I don't need to be a virgin thing, with Phoebus, because she is really blinded by his splendor. Yeah, no, the mouth isn't adding up. But yeah, she's really blinded by his splendor and thinks he's very handsome and really wants to please him. And he's just an idiot. Like, what Disney did to him was an improvement. And he wasn't exactly the most sensible of people in the Disney movie. But he got an improvement there. Yeah, no, he is so stupid, and I wanted to punch him the entire time for being so obnoxious. But they don't get to it because Frollo, like Claude Frollo, jumps out of a wardrobe and stabs him. Esmeralda faints at that, and Frollo runs away, and when the guard comes, they apprehend Esmeralda as the one who stabbed that soldier she was with. Because nobody else was there, and as much as she is trying to say, yeah, some dark-clad man jumped out of the wardrobe and did that, I can understand that it doesn't sound believable. But also I think the justice system also kind of did a quick one on her because she was Romani. So yeah, that was an entire thing in that book. Because Frollo was very much jealous of Phoebus in the way that Phoebus commanded Esmeralda's attention. So he technically wanted to kill both of them while they were in the act, but he couldn't do it to Esmeralda. And he really hoped he got Phoebus, but apparently he recovered again later. But he was recovering outside the city, so none of the officials that were at Esmeralda's trial actually knew he recovered. They still thought he died. So yeah. Yeah. And yeah, Esmeralda is then sentenced to hang. And I don't remember how exactly, but somehow she ended up in the cathedral with Quasimodo, like he rescued her. And then just stayed in Notre Dame for a while. At first, she had troubles communicating with Quasimodo because he was deaf, and I think she learned a couple of words in the sign language that Quasimodo and Claude Frollo were using, which... What was that? Jesus, those kitties. Yeah, the thing that I really love about Claude Frollo in the book is that he devised a way of sign language to communicate with Quasi, who was getting deaf from all the bell tolling. So, in that way, he already has a leg up on the Disney version. Yeah, in other ways, Esmeralda spends a lot of time in the cathedral afterwards, because if she were to step outside, she would be reapprehended and then hanged. And eventually that whole thing makes its way to the Court of Miracle place, and Clopin just gets all of those people to storm Notre Dame, but Quasimodo fights against them. Meanwhile, Claude Frollo actually releases Esmeralda, as in he shows her a way out of Notre Dame. And... oh jeez, what's that cat doing? Just a moment. Sweetie! What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? So, I'm back. And, yeah. So he shows her a way to get out of Notre Dame without being apprehended by the guard, and gives her a way to actually flee the city. But for some reason or another, she doesn't. For some reason she doesn't. She goes back into the city, and I don't remember the reason. She did have a good one for her. Like, she's 16. She's hormonal. She's a teenager. And that is when the guard finds her. And because they were still kind of involved with the whole beggars, mischief makers, Romani, and whatever else is dwelling in the Court of Miracles. They can't apprehend her right away, so when Esmeralda is close to that whole beggar's place, where that one old lady is in. She basically holds Esmeralda in place through the windows, and the bars on the windows. And the guard goes away again to get a couple more people to finally hang Esmeralda. And in that moment, the old lady in that tower thingy notices the shoe that Esmeralda has on her necklace and says, "That is the shoe of my little girl that was stolen from my house 16 years ago." So Esmeralda found your mother. Exactly like an hour before she dies. Yeah. They could have stopped there. It would have been a happily ever after. But yeah, she's then hanged, and afterwards, during this whole thing, at some point, the brother of Claude Frollo dies through Quasimodo, and that is basically when Frollo also attacks him and gets kicked off the ledge and dies by hitting the ground at a high velocity. And eventually Quasi gets Esmeralda's corpse is brought into the Parisian catacombs, and Quasimodo just vanishes from Notre Dame at some point, and later his bones are found close to Esmeralda's. He just kind of lay down there and died. And Phoebus, this idiot, gets married to somebody with money. And that is how basically everything in that story ends. The goat and that one guy that was married to Esmeralda on paper, they ended up fine. They kind of fled the city at some point. Everybody else dies. Oh well, Phoebus gets married, but the rest dies. Tragically. Now you know what happens in that book. You're welcome. So, after this excursion into Hunchback of Notre Dame, I think it is a good time for me to stop streaming and actually get something to eat. I need to see what I'm actually eating, because I do have some stuff around, but it kind of requires a microwave. So we shall see what I'm going to do. But let me put you all over to ending, so everybody who comes in now knows that we are actually ending. Yeah, okay, I am good at yapping if I have a topic that I'm good at yapping for. But sometimes I need the prompts, I guess. And yeah, don't worry, Jen, we all have stuff to do in our lives, and that's what streamers are for. Just some entertainment in the background. Or sometimes more direct. Depends. Yeah, thanks for joining me today while I was doing some comic page work. Still need to shade the backgrounds, but I think I'll do that on my own time. And next week, Friday, we are going to, if I manage to get everything set up, have a stream with the iPad. I will be making maps, or as the map merchant in Arcadia, Mercuria says, maps. Because I need to do some map stuff for my current work in progress. I need to know just how much the distances are that they are traveling, because I have a bad way of judging distances and time if I haven't traveled that distance myself a couple of times. So we're going with maps. So yeah, that's it for today, and again, thanks for joining, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.